Hey, good morning. Did you love the chapters yesterday? Do you think Luke actually snuck out of the house and he is headed over to the sports family's house? I can't wait for you to find out. Today is chapter 13 and it is a very short chapter. So let's read and find out. Chapter 13. He had forgotten what fresh air felt like, filling his nostrils and lungs. It felt good. With his back pressed against the house, he stood still for a moment, just breathing. All the months he'd spent inside suddenly seemed like a dream. He'd been like some confused animal hibernating during nice weather. The last real thing that had happened to him was being called inside when he was in the woods were coming down. Real life was outdoors. But so was danger. The longer he stayed out, the greater the danger. He forced himself down into a crouch or a half-crawl position and ran alongside the house, the hedges, and the barn. At the back edge of the barn, he hesitated, staring into the seemingly endless gulf between the barn and the trees at the boundary between his backyard and the sports family's yard. Everybody's gone, he told himself. There's not a soul around to see you, he said to himself. Still, he waited, staring at the blades of grass just beyond his feet. He'd been taught all his life to fear open spaces like the ones in front of him. It faced dozens of windows. He'd never stepped foot in any place that public, even if it were deserted. Still hidden by the barn, he made himself inch his foot forward. Then he drew it back. He turned around and looked at his family's house, so safe and secure, his sanctuary. He heard his mother's voice inside his head. "Luke, inside, now!" It seemed so real. He remembered something he'd read in one of his old books in the attic about telepathy. Supposedly, if people really loved you, they could call out to you from miles away if you were in danger. He should go back. He'd be safe there. He took a deep breath, looking forward toward the sports family's house, then back again toward his own. He thought about returning home, trudging up the worn stairs, going back to his familiar room and the walls he'd stared at every day. Suddenly, he hated his house. It wasn't a sanctuary. It was a prison. Before he had time to think again, he pushed himself into a sprint, recklessly streaking across the grass. He didn't even stop to hide at any trees. He ran right to the sports family's door, tugged at the screen, and it was locked. Chapter 13. Boys and girls, what do you think? He was so brave and he did it. He left his house. He ran across his yard into the sports family's yard and he went to open the screen door and it's locked. Do you think somebody's going to see him? What do you think is going to happen next? I need some feedback. So today is Friday and next week is your much awaited spring break. So I need to know, would you like for Miss Enloe to continue reading a chapter a day through spring break for you to listen to? Or should I pick up with chapter 14 the Tuesday after our spring break? Give me some feedback in the comments so I will know what you would like for me to do. If we trudge on and I read during spring break, you are going to be in for a lot of new surprises in the book, and we will be that much closer to coming to an end. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Y'all have a very happy and safe spring break. I will see you soon.